Okay, let's take this N registration, so either what, 1974, 75 I think. Land Rover 88-inch Series 3 short wheelbase petrol soft top for a spin. I did about 80 to 100 miles on this the other night, and it performed really nicely. It's one of the nicest Series 3s I think I've ever driven, really. Oil light, ignition light come up properly. Starts on the button. Starts really nice whether it's hot or cold, this one. And brakes off. Off we go. Right, what can we tell you about this? Showing 63,000 miles. I haven't had a chance to have a look at the history yet, so I don't know whether we can say that's possibly genuine or not, but it certainly drives, say, nice and tightly and very correctly, so could well be. Engine feels very smooth and sewing machine like. It's not too noisy or rattly at all, and it nips along really nicely actually. There's no misfiring, no hesitancy from the engine, certainly no overheating. The temperature gauge sits just around the halfway point. As I say, I did fairly fast, well by Land Rover standards, 80 or so miles on this the other night, and no problems at all. All the other gauges are working properly, speedo, fuel gauge and temperature gauge, all doing as they should. Steering wheel's about 20 degrees off to one side, but that's pretty normal on these. Gearbox is nice, there's no jumping out of gear or funny sort of extra whining, no more than they do normally from the gearbox. No synchro issues at all, and unusually it's in overdrive at the minute. The overdrive for one of these is unusually quiet, that's to say it does whine slightly as you can hear, but normally it's actually worse having them in overdrive than not in terms of noise, and this one seems to be pretty good from that point of view. The rattle you can hear is the tailgate a little bit. The chains on the tailgate could do with coating in plastic to stop them from rattling and banging about. But it steers nicely, it's going exactly where it's put. I'm not having to sort of, you know, fight it keep it in a straight line or anything. It's going exactly where it should. I just really like it. It's a nice one. Let's take it out of overdrive. As I say, overdrive a little noisy, but not compared to most of them, it's fair to say. Gearbox is really quite nice and slick on it. Just a second. Pulls away well. Just letting my foot on and off the throttle to see how much backlash there is in the transmission. Absolutely minimal, it would appear. Tiny bit of kickback through the gear lever just when you back off sharply, but no more than that. It all feels to be quite really quite solid. The whole drivetrain feels quite nice actually. The whole vehicle does. There's no bumping, squeaking, you know, expensive sort of clunks from anywhere. As I say, in my opinion, it's one of the nicest Series 3s in terms of the way it drives that we've seen for a long time. Brake's pretty straight as well for a Series. Let's not run the dogs over. Second. There we go. Full throttle acceleration, so it's not pinking or making any hesitancy at all. It's just getting on with it. like it. I like it a lot. My name's Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353 or in the office on 0118 946 3352, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk for any further info. End.